Growing up on the savannah, this calf will face many dangers. But a battle this big is incredibly rare. Two evenly matched testosterone-fueled bulls. No place for a baby. One day the calf may have to fight like this. But there are far more imminent threats. A third of all calves don't make it through their first year. Like all animals here, his fate depends on the grass growing under his feet. Grasslands cover a quarter of the land on the planet. They support the largest animals and the biggest herds to walk the earth. Life on these Great Plains may look easy, but don't be fooled. When conditions turn, they can become some of the most volatile landscapes on our planet. A relentless cycle of flood, famine, freeze, and fire. And as our climate becomes more unpredictable, it takes the animals of the grasslands to hell and back. Deepest winter on North America's Great Plains. "40 below and record snowfall. Bison dig deeper for diminishing returns. Dead grass with the nutrition of cardboard. 23 pounds of the stuff every day still isn't enough. They're starving. The calves are the most vulnerable. And if the cold doesn't get them, another enemy might. Winter is a wolf's ally. A time to feed off the suffering of others. These are the biggest wolves in the world. And at 25 strong, they're one of the largest packs. Size matters when you hunt giants. Heavier and well armed. The bison are stronger as long as they stand their ground. But wolves create panic. Running for the woods is a mistake. Trees break their formation and expose the weak. Alone, a youngster is an easy target. But a mother will risk her own life to save her calf. They must make it back to the safety of the herd. But deep snow saps the bison's energy. Again, the calf is isolated. Again, it's rescued. Now there's hope. As long as the calf can stay hidden within the ranks. While the snow remains, the bison gets steadily weaker. But on the grasslands, Change is inevitable and often extreme. By April, it's 100 degrees warmer than at the start of the year. And a new danger is brewing. Spring and the start of storm season. North America's Great Plains are a hotspot for some of the most intense thunderstorms on Earth. Some mutate into supercells. Monsters with the equivalent energy of 100 nuclear bombs. Storms are becoming more frequent here. And in grasslands across the globe, weather patterns are increasingly erratic. Here the rains are a month early and hitting hard. Over a year's worth of rain in just a couple of months. Enough to transform the grasslands beyond recognition. The worst flood in 50 years. Four feet of water. Not a problem for the adults, and plenty of fresh grass. But a bit deep for a calf. Luckily, he has a snorkel. These floods may complicate things a little in the short term, but they'll revitalize life on the savannah. As the flood waters subside, they reveal a flush of new growth. And fuel a baby boom. But this can be a dangerous place to take your first steps. It's home to more large predators than anywhere else on Earth. Many Thompson gazelle fawns won't survive their first hour. Their only hope is to hide. Mothers clean their newborns to remove any scent. But for this fawn, there isn't time. If Mum stands guard, she'll blow its cover. She has no option but to walk away. The cheetah's hunting instinct is triggered by movement. A motionless fawn looks remarkably like a mound of earth. All it can do is stay down, stay still, hope someone else is spotted first. Cheetahs are patient. But the fawn will need to suckle soon. Worse still, the birth fluid is attracting flies. A distraction. And a narrow escape. A waterbuck calf. One fawn's fate is another's fortune. Surviving its first 24 hours is the greatest challenge the fawn will face. Those that make it can enjoy growing up on one of the most productive places on the planet. North America's grasslands support 3 million caribou. They journey up to 3,000 miles a year, the longest land migration on Earth. But on most of the continent, mega herds are a thing of the past. 60 million bison once thundered across these plains. Hunting decimated numbers to just over 1,000 animals. And bison are still rare today. Midsummer. Time to fatten up before next winter. But that's getting harder. Temperatures here have risen 3 times more than the global average. And it's creating plagues of biting flies. Each bison loses as much as a pint of blood every day. And just when the bulls need to be at their strongest, to compete for mating rights. The winner will sire up to 3/4 of next year's calves. As the young bison scrap, an old bull watches on, waiting for the perfect moment to enter the arena. It's mating season. An old bull waits for a worthy challenger to emerge. Fresh to the fight, the old bull enters the ring. Youngster is stronger, but the old bull is more experienced. Targeting the flanks, he gains the upper hand. The young rival retreats. Mating rights secured. the old bull can enjoy the good times. But they won't last long. Dry season begins. From now on, life just gets tougher. Grass becomes less nutritious, and elephants struggle to satisfy their huge appetites. Like so many grassland animals, their only option is to keep moving. Elephants can walk over 100 miles a day in their search for food. And it can lead them into dangerous territory. These lions specialize in bringing down large prey. Still, it's risky, so they target the most vulnerable. Older calves should be safe. Bravado can be a dangerous thing. There's nothing they can do but move on. As the sun robs the land of its water, the dry season intensifies. Rain becomes a distant memory. Hippos suffer more than most. He spent the night grazing, but now the climbing sun is a threat. Hippos can quickly overheat. He needs deep water and fast. There is one pool. but it's occupied. Each bull hippo normally commands a territory of 200 feet. Now, 800 of Africa's most bad-tempered animals are crammed together. And as humans take more water for irrigation, there's less room than ever before. Somehow, he's got to find a way in. His life depends on it. Out of water, this hippo would soon overheat. But the water hole is already full. It may not look very inviting. Oxpeckers ravage cracks in their delicate skin. And 20 tons of waste a day has turned it into a cesspit. But this hellhole could save his life. If he's allowed in. This resident bull is bigger. But the outsider is desperate. Tons of hippo clash, testing bulk, bite size, and brute force. The outsider accepts defeat. He must venture into the unknown as the stranglehold of drought tightens. The earth is parched, and the grass tinder dry. Fires can sweep across the plains at 40 miles an hour. And reach temperatures of 800 degrees. Across Africa, an area the size of half the United States burns every year. And with a warming climate, wildfires are set to spread even further. Some capitalize on the chaos. Rollers and bee-eaters pick off fleeing insects. Known as the undertaker bird, marabou storks clean up afterwards. There's nothing left here for the grazers. But the grass itself clings on, its deep roots untouched by the flames. All it needs now is water. Hamadryas baboons wait months for the rains to arrive. But Earth this dry needs more than a shower. This is one of the most drought-prone countries in the world, and it's getting worse. As our climate changes, water shortages are sparking conflict for animals and humans alike. One of the only water holes for miles. It provides enough water for this band of baboons to survive the dry season. They're relatively strong in health and numbers. Further out on the arid plains, another band is thirsty. With little to drink out here, they're forced to the same waterhole below the cliff. But when two bands meet, it nearly always ends in violence. Females and babies are most at risk. If the outsiders want a drink, they'll have to fight. waterhole. Two bands of baboons. The outsiders need to drink. But the band at the waterhole is stronger. This is how wars begin. The best survival strategy here is to form super bands. Bigger than the opposition. The outsiders are forced to retreat, but not fast enough. These baboons use battles to steal females from each other. The winners expand their ranks, while the outsiders grow even weaker. All they can do is bide their time and try again. As the drought reaches its peak, famine becomes a harsh reality. Just a few months old, born at the wrong time. Mum couldn't produce enough milk. She regurgitates precious water, desperately trying to cool down and save herself. Then says her final goodbye. Even at the best of times, surviving on the planet's grasslands is no walk in the park. And as the dry seasons become even more extreme and unpredictable, only the strongest will have what it takes to make it through. Adaptability, unfailing resolve. and the hope that eventually better days will return. Six months older and born just before the wet season, this calf had a stronger start. The matriarch has seen hard times before. She knows how to lead her family through. Enough water to go round until the rains return. Surviving on the grasslands has never been harder. Yet young and old, this herd is still standing strong, and hopefully will be for generations to come. Alone. Inexperienced. Life has never been tougher for this young orang. She will have to go to extraordinary lengths to find enough food. A third of her kind will fall and break bones, or worse. In this hostile world, only the strongest make it to the top. Torrential rain, tropical heat, and the relentless assault of insects. If you're not prepared, the jungle will eat you alive. But these conditions have created a home for more species than anywhere else on the planet. You might think it's an animal Eden, but it's more like a wildlife war zone. Now that the rains, the lifeblood of these extraordinary worlds, are becoming more unpredictable, the battle for survival has never been fiercer. Even rainforests have dry seasons. Rivers become the focus of jungle life. A jaguar, South America's apex predator. Jaguars will hunt anything. From a vulture to an anaconda. meals guaranteed. It's been days since she's eaten. Jaguars are the most aquatic of all big cats. She'll have more success in the water. Capybara. A big opportunity. There are other options. But there's also competition. A male. He's hunted here for over a decade, taking on dangerous prey and other jaguars. Life here isn't getting any easier. As dry seasons become more extreme, competition for prey increases. Better for her to hunt in less contested waters. Where prehistoric killers lurk, waiting to drag their victims under. With each step, a trap could snap shut. With the right bite, she'll pierce skull and immobilize it. But this caiman is much more than a mouthful. A kill this big has rarely been recorded. It will feed her for days. For other animals, finding food at the height of the dry season is much more of a struggle. Fruit makes up around 60% of this young orang's diet. To survive, she must form a complex mental map of where and when to find it. This takes years. Up here, there's nothing but leaves. Rainfall has dropped by a third, and droughts are more frequent. How can she predict where to find food when the world around her keeps changing? The more she searches, the more she risks. Far below, on the forest floor, only 2% of sunlight penetrates. It's not water that limits life, it's light. For every 100,000 seeds, only one will survive. Fewer still will ever reach the canopy. They have to fight for their place in the sun. Just half an inch can mean the difference between life and death. Plant has its own strategy to get ahead. This struggle makes the jungle one of the most competitive environments on Earth. A war in which every leaf matters. In the dry season, there's not much else to eat. Plants fight back with spikes and poison. Loading their leaves with toxins. With each bite, their victims become sicker and sicker. There is an antidote, but to reach it, they must face the jungle's most dangerous predators. Poisoned by the plants they eat, these animals must reach the antidote. But it's a dangerous mission. Ocelot, jaguars, and puma are waiting. A deadly game of hide and seek, and at its heart, a most unlikely cure. Clay. It's rich in the minerals and salts needed to neutralize the toxins. But the longer the dry season, the more they must visit the clay lake. With so much danger on the forest floor, it pays to keep off the ground. This orang spends 90% of her time in the trees. As the heaviest arboreal species in the world, orangs let their weight do the work. Tree swaying saves half the energy she would normally use to climb. A shortage of food in the dry season forces her to rest more. Each afternoon she makes her bed, weaving branches into a nest that will keep her safe through the night. And these trees provide more than food and shelter. Remarkably, they also help create the jungle's weather. By the end of the dry season, the sun is at its most intense. Trees pump out more water vapor than at any other time of year. In this jungle, almost 20 billion tons every day. All this water creates the wet season here. But this jungle is shrinking, and its rain-making power is fading. Every decade, the change from dry to wet comes a week later. A mighty storm is brewing. But before it strikes, there's a killing to be made. Competition for food is so intense during the day. It has forced some creatures into the night. Spectral tarsiers. To thrive in the dark, they've evolved eyes bigger than their brains. And the best night vision of any primate. But they still need a little help. A hunter's moon. When it's full, this family can catch more. So they hunt for twice as long. But when storm clouds obscure the moon, others are better equipped to kill in the shadows.
This python sees with heat and smells with taste. The tables turn again. Living in a group means these tarsiers can look out for each other. With no element of surprise, the python has no chance. But life is about to get tougher. The wet season has arrived. And it's hitting harder than ever before. The wet season breaks. There are more lightning strikes in jungles than anywhere else on Earth. By 2050, some estimate they will increase by a third. The storms these trees help create can also be their downfall. The death of an emergent tree is an essential part of the cycle of life. The increased humidity during the wet season sets off a chain reaction. Fungi and slime molds race to decompose dead matter on the forest floor. Rot and decay run rampant, faster than anywhere else on Earth. In some jungles, species of fungi outnumber plants 33 to 1. As they feed on the dead, they recycle critical nutrients which the forest uses to grow. Many spread by releasing spores, up to 30,000 a second. If just one of these spores lands in the right place and takes root, it can colonize a whole new area. But not all fungi feed on the dead. Days ago, a spore landed on this ant. Now she's acting strange. A network of roots has infiltrated her muscles. Her body has been taken over by cordyceps, a parasitic fungus. It floods her brain with chemicals, drugging her, compelling her to head where conditions are perfect. Just the right amount of light, just the right amount of humidity for the parasite growing inside. It forces her to clamp down in a death bite, and cordyceps reveals its gruesome nature. After 3 weeks of growth, cordyceps can release its own spores, infecting more ants, releasing more spores, infecting more ants, releasing more spores, infecting more ants, infecting more ants, more and more and more ants. Cordyceps can wipe out entire ant colonies. But more than just ants are at risk. There are over 600 species of cordyceps spread across the world. Most are found in jungles, where they prey on a whole host of victims. The wet season brings a flush of fruit to the canopy. Gibbons must move fast before it's all gone. They fly through the trees at 35 miles an hour. Even with a baby on board. They can cover 40 feet in a single leap. don't get it right every time. This family of gibbons lives in a dangerous world. Their forest is being fragmented. One day they may face a jump they can't quite make. Food is harder to find as the wet season grows more erratic. And when the rain comes, it can fall in shorter, more intense bursts. If it's too wet, it's best to sit tight. This orang has learnt a lot from her mother. How to make a jungle umbrella. It comes in handy in the rainiest environment on Earth. For many animals, heavy rain stops activity. But for some, that's not an option. This male-booted racket-tail hummingbird lives on the brink of starvation. Just 2 hours without nectar, and he could die. Hummingbirds have the fastest metabolisms on Earth. Some need to visit 2,000 flowers a day just to keep going. This mountainous forest is one of the few jungles that is getting wetter. Heavy rain is predicted to increase, and when you weigh less than a nickel, raindrops are a bombardment. Waterlogged feathers slow his progress. Staying airborne becomes more demanding. But he's running on empty. And the clock is ticking. Even during a downpour, competition for flowers is fierce. A buff-tailed coronet, intent on keeping the nectar-filled flowers for himself. The racket-tail is no competition for the coronet. He must wait for another opportunity. As the rains slow, over 40 species fight for their nectar hit. with the coronet facing bigger battles. This is a racket-tail's chance to sneak a sip. It takes more energy to hover than almost any other activity on Earth. We'd have to drink over a can of soda a minute to keep up. Another racket-tail. Evenly matched, he won't back down. Tail splayed, feet forward. He means business. The winner takes all. But he can't rest. He still has a lot of flowers to visit. And the next downpour is never far off. Rainfall in the Andes transforms life over 1,000 miles away. So much water collects in the Amazon basin below that the Earth's crust sinks by 3 inches. A drowned forest. This extreme change takes months. Even so, it can creep up on those who live their life in slow motion. Moving between the trees becomes challenging. She needs to find her next meal. But she's surrounded. Creatures that spend most of the year on the forest floor now find themselves floating 30 feet above it. Their only refuge is in the trees. But she must brave the deep. This sloth's home is flooded. To find her food, she must swim. Defenseless against what lies beneath. Like most animals here, sloths are adapted to get through this annual flood. Fermenting leaves fill her stomach with gas that helps keep her afloat. She's 3 times faster in water than on land. When the forest floods, it opens up a whole new world. Pink River dolphins can explore an area larger than Arizona. They echolocate to hunt for fish in the murk, using higher frequencies than their marine cousins to see with superior definition. Recently, these floods have been reaching record-breaking highs, but there have also been devastating lows. And as our world changes, drought is the greatest natural threat to jungles worldwide. Australia was once covered by a jungle larger than the Amazon rainforest. Now barely 1% survives, clinging to what little water remains. And little red flying foxes cling on with it. It's 104 Fahrenheit, just 4 degrees more, and this male will die of heat shock. He needs to escape the sun. But with hundreds of thousands of bats in the colony, the shadiest spots are hard won. Exposed, he's dangerously dehydrating. The river is their only salvation. But it can also be their ruin. These waters are infested. Freshwater crocodiles. Better to stay away. Try and hold out till nightfall. But with every breath, he loses more water. More and more bats give in to their thirst. And he won't last much longer. It's safer to share the risk. To collect water, they must dip their fur in the river. But no one wants to be first. safe. But he must brave this river every day until the rains arrive. Over the next 50 years, it could get too hot and dry for this colony to survive at all. Could this be the future for jungles around the world?
These amazing forests not only create oxygen and rain that nourish our planet, they're also home to a greater diversity of animals
Than anywhere else on Earth.
These creatures are super specialized to survive all the complexities of life in the jungle. But in times of change, that also leaves them highly vulnerable.
It takes years for an orang to learn how to find its way in these forests. And today's changing climate makes life even tougher. And that isn't all she has to contend with. Rainforests around the world are disappearing faster than ever before. Her future, like that of all jungle life, has never been less certain.